Okay, so we were discussing about the circle. We have drawn the center line from the left side. It is at 21 mm, and now we have to create the hidden line for that circle because it is hidden behind this surface. So we'll create through circle and the diameter given or not. Okay, let's assume the diameter. Suppose it is of 10 mm circle. So I have to create lines at 5 mm from the center line. So I will create offset, select the offset, I'll select the 5 mm distance, and I will create this line towards left. Again, I will select this line and towards right. So I have created two lines vertically which are hidden for that circle. So I will convert this both the lines into the hidden lines. So I have created this hidden lines and converted into uh, hidden by using swapping of layers. So it is simple way to create hidden holes in the object. So we have completed the front view. So by switching off the construction layer, you will get the correct front view of that particular pictorial view. So you have to switch off the construction layers at the end. Okay, so we'll move. Yeah, it's fine. It's no problem about the radius. So I have shown you how to construct that. That is the motto of this. There is no radius given 7 because this is the circle of whatever it may be, but this is 14 and it is not touching to this line. It means it is not of 14 mm, or where it is 7. It's fine. Nothing about the radius. You have to see how to create that circle and all or hidden lines in the object. So we'll move further. We will draw the top view. Uh, for the top view, just I will remove this. So you have to observe from the top now in this direction. Okay, so there will be a visible part, this rectangle. This rectangle will be visible from the top. This part with the circle and this rectangle of top, this will be visible. Okay, these parts will be visible from the top. So we have to create this view. So we'll try to draw from this corner, back corner. So we have known this width is 7. So we'll track from it the front view. So I will use the 0 layer to draw it. Select 0 and just I will draw this side edge. Then I have to draw this width. So I can track this width from the front view. So it will be easily tracked and then draw the given length which is 14 mm. Close it. So I have drawn the rectangular portion. So for this inclined portion, you have to start from this corner and you have to end at the given width. So select the line, and I have to start from this, go straight to the perpendicular point and close. You will get automatically this projected length of that inclined surface. So now we have to create this edge. This will be up to this point, and again we have to extend it, so it will looks like a single line. So I will continue till the end. So I have to start from this point to this, then you will be able to see this outer edge as well and this outer edge. So I will complete the outer edges. Okay, then we have to draw this rectangle portion which is 7 by 14. So I'll draw it. I have to track this point, corner point, then track it up to 7, and then start from this point 14 mm below and up to the, sorry, control Z, up to the perpendicular point you have to draw. It is a midpoint. Okay, fine. Then we have to draw this 7 mm below, 7 mm towards right. Okay, so it is 7 mm below, or sorry, we have to track this point from the side view. So we'll draw it after the drawing this side view. So first we'll move for the side view, or we'll draw this circular hole first. So we can track the position of that circle. So it is 7 mm, sorry, 21 mm inside and 14 mm, 14 mm from this edge and 14 mm from this edge. So we'll track the position of that hole. So I will select the circle, center, radius. So from, no need to track this, we have to track this point. You will get cross, then you have to track the position. You have to track this, which is 14. You have to track both the lines. So, and select that center and give the radius of 5 mm. Suppose we have selected 5 mm, so I have drawn it with 5 mm. And after that we will move for side view. So visible side view is this portion. Okay, so we will draw it first. The total height, this much height, this is 14, this is also 14, and we have to connect the inclined lines. So I'll start from this up to height, this 14 mm. Okay, control C. If the point is up to the 14, then I have to draw this edge, and up to height 14 we have to connect this inclined surface. Now there is this inclined surface along this, and we have to draw the edges. Okay, this edge we have to draw up to the inclined surface. So there is this edge up to the inclined surface, and behind this surface there is a horizontal edge which is drawn here, the horizontal edge which is hidden behind the surface. So I will track the edges, I will select the hidden layer, and I will track edges from the front view. So this edge will be hidden, which is behind the surface. Okay, this corner is behind the surface, so I will track this edge from this point to up to the perpendicular point. There is the edge. Then we have to track the edge from the this side view, or you can directly draw that edge which is at 7 mm from the left corner. Okay, this distance is 7 mm which is given, so we have to draw it at 7 mm, and I will draw the hidden line from this corner inside 7 mm, and I have to track it up to the inclined surface. So I will move it for beyond the inclined line, and I will connect it again to the inclined portion. So we have drawn this part. Then for this top view, you can draw this height 7 mm. Okay, so you can consider this as a straight 7 mm, and you can join this line up to the cutting edge. So I will draw it, and I will extend that line up to the 7. So in the front, this is the 14 mm distance. So I will draw it 14. So track this point. So first switch into the 0 layer because we are drawing outline, and this is the 14. Again this 7. Track it. Track this point, cross section, and you'll get that L-shaped inclined surface on the top. So we have to draw the center line for the circle. So I'll select the center. I'll select the quadrants. So, and I will repeat the line, right click, repeat line, and I'll select this quadrant and this quadrant to draw the center lines. So we have created the 3 views. So we'll cut these extended lines by using trim method. So I'll select the line. I will draw here the lines. So to reduce the printing area, I am doing this trim. So I have constructed 4 lines on the 4 sides. Select the trim, select cutting edges as these horizontal lines or vertical lines, and enter and select these portions to get it trim, and again select the 4 lines which we have used for cutting edges, and just delete the lines. Double click on scroll to fit to screen. Now switch off the construction layer, and you will get all the 3 views, front, top, and side view. Now we have to change the properties of these lines, which is hidden and center line. So Control A to select whole drawing, and right click, select the properties option. Then properties list will be there, and we have to select the line type scale. We have to increase it, enter, and close this and escape. So you will be able to see this line. Okay, so for this center line, you are getting a single line because scaling factor is higher. So you can reduce it up to the 5 or 4. Then only that center line will be visible because it is showing as only one segment. Now you will be able to. For this we can't do because this is the short distance, so it will not show the line. Now you have to place the dimensions for it. So those who have not got the dimension part, so please be careful for these dimensions. So I will select the dimension, I will select the linear. So I'm going to set the dimension for this baseline. So I will drag it down up to the 5 to 7 mm. It may be according to the drawing. So I have given the dimensions. I have to set the dimension style first. So again, I will select the dimension and I will select the dimension style to set it at proper size. So dimension style manager is there and you have to select the modify option. Then modify dimension style standard dialog box will be there and you have to select the fit option. There is no need to change anything. Just go to the fit, select this use overall scale and select this draw dim line between extension line option and you have to insert the scale. Suppose I have to use 10 as the scaling factor. So I'll insert it. If you want, then you can change the precision in primary units. So I will set it at 0 and again I will come to the fit. Okay, so we have to set the fit and click on OK to apply the changes. Close this. Now you will be able to see the dimension. So that is sufficient for us. Now I will select the another dimension that is linear. Okay, so linear dimension. So I will give it to this corner to this point, drag out, left click. So I have given it. Now I will show you the continue type. I have given this reference dimension. The previous one will be the reference dimension and I will use the continue type. So it will continue in the same dimension and escape to execute it. So we have given these dimensions. Like that you can give dimension to circle as well. So I will select the diameter type and I will select this circumference and drag it out. You will get the diameter of that circle. So you should not give the dimension inside the view. You have to drag the dimension outside the view. The dimension lines should not be cross each other like this. Suppose we have given the dimension to this view like this and these two dimension lines are getting crossed. So we should avoid this crossing of the dimension line and you should not repeat the dimension in all the views. Like I have given this length in front view, so there is no need to mention the length in this top view as well. Suppose I have given this 14 14 in the front view, so there is no need to define this distance like there is 14. So there is no need, or there is no need to define this height also, because we have given this height in two segments, so no need to define again the total height. So you can place the dimensions. You can place the text by using the single line or multi-line text. So I will use the single line text, so it is easy for me to define the height of the text. So I'll give the text height as 2 or 3, you can 2, enter, and I have to place it horizontal. So I'll give this as a name in capital front view, FV, and click side and escape. So you will get the text there. You can move this text anywhere like this. So I have created the front view dimensions. I have given the text to it. And now you have to insert the table in this drawing like this. Suppose we are having a table with us already. So we can call it, or you can insert it from the table command also. So table is there. You can insert this table with the inputs given columns and data rows and insert it at bottom right corner. Just escape first and we have to resize this table by using vertices. Okay, like this we can resize it So resize this table and just give the inputs in this table. Just you have to remember, before inserting table you have to set these properties of the lines, and you have to take care about the table. If this arrowhead, the light blue arrowhead, will be in opposite direction, then there will be a problem of breaking of the table. Suppose you want to stretch it down, then table will be breaking to another rows. So we have to remove this break. Just you have to select the table and select the properties, drag scroll down in these properties, you will get the table breaks option, and you have to select the first option, that is enable breaks, and you have to select no to get proper table. Then the arrowhead light blue color will be switched in opposite direction and table break will be deactivated. So like that you have to take care of that table, and you can insert the inputs in this table by clicking on that cell, or you I have shown you how to edit that table, how to edit the text height. uh, like this you can edit it, how to merge the table by selecting the arrowheads. I have shown it already, so you can do it. And I have shown the printing settings also, so you can convert this drawing into the PDF, or you can directly print this drawing. So see the printing properties. I have to select the PDF converter, or you can select the Microsoft PDF converter. You have to select the page size, paper size on which you are going to print this drawing. So generally A4 or A3 printing is available with us. So you can select any size. Then we have to select the window. We have selected window, and then select the center the plot option, and you can go for preview. So in the preview you can see the views dimensions. If it these are the properly, then you can go for this plot option. So click on the plot, and you will get the PDF of your drawing. So this PDF is there, and ortho one will be the file name I have given it, and I'll save it in any folder. Suppose there is my folder on the desktop, I have to save it. There is already existing one example, so I will rename it ortho example 1. So save. So we have done with the orthographic projections. Just you have to take care of the layers. We have to hide the constructions at the end, and you should not use this depth point layer. Okay, so there is depth point layer created. I will show you why we have not using this depth point layer. So I'll open the layer properties. Okay, there are layer properties, and you can see there is a depth point layer which is by default created by the Autodesk. There is bug. So there is a printer properties of that layer, and it is not showing there the printer. So we cannot print that lines or that segments or that drawings which have drawn with the depth point layer. So you have to avoid this layer, that is depth point. Okay, and you should avoid the color white color. By mistakenly we select the white color like this 255. It is also not showing the printing properties. It is paper color, so it will not get print on the white paper. So you have to avoid this 255 color. For white you have to use this index color 7, then and then only you will get the print of this object. This some tricks you have to remember, because it may get difficulty while printing. So we have done with the orthographic.